Okay, checking. We're doing Diego the Explorer fanfiction. I was totally not told to read this from my YouTube. So yeah, my free vote, guys. Right? Disclaimer, from the author. I don't own anything except my shame. Story begins. Diego pushed Nora against the wall, her lips blossom heaving, her hot Latino breath on her face. For this time, Diego would do the exploring. He placed a hand on her shoulder, his face smoldering over a grin. Diego, she gasped. We can't do this. But you know you want it. He smirks. He slid his hot, wet tongue across his lips, making them appear enticing. Dora began to flush furiously. He was her cousin, but he looked so irresistible, still eyeing her like that. Diego places his rough, calloused hands on Dora's soft cheek. Dora shuddered from the touch. Diego, she moaned, secretly wanting more. She couldn't stand the glaring need of want within her. The way his deep eyebrows gazed at her, the way his long brown locks swished as he examined her. She couldn't handle it. She longed for him, her soft hands hitting against his chest, feeling his chiseled muscles from all his adventures in the jungle. She reached over his shoulders, roughly pulling him closer. She moisturized her lips tauntingly. Diego lunged like his pet jaguar, making fierce lip contact with Dora. He urged with his tongue for her mouth to open. Dora was in heaven. Her cousin's musky scent of the jungle filled her nostrils. She leaned against his chest, melting against him. She hesitantly opened her mouth, feeling his long strokes against her teeth, and his hot saliva settle on her tongue. His intoxicating scent caused her to moan. Diego took the opportunity and plunged his tongue deeper into her mouth. Dora winced slightly as her chest was tightly pulled against her cousin's. Her chest began to tingle as Diego rubbed against her hungrily kissed her lips. She brought her hands up to his head, tangled her fingers in his soft hair. Why, why? Dora thought. Why was he doing this? Why did this turn from a family gathering to her and Diego making out in the closet? How do you feel? Why do you feel this way about me? The answer was simple to Diego. Dora was everything. He loved her laugh, her energetic personality, her Hispanic accent, her slightly annoying voice, her eagerness to get things done. He noticed he started feeling intense emotions for her at age 12. When she began maturing, her panza had shrunk and she'd grown taller. She grew her brown hair out into long curls. Her eyes became rimmed with dark, thick eyelashes. It wasn't just physical attraction that got him to this conclusion, though. He remembered when Dora brought one of his friends from school to her house while he was visiting Pablo. He recalled the name with disgust. The image of Pablo flirting with Dora set him in a frenzy. She explained he was just a playful guy, but Diego knew better. He began to kiss Dora harder, pressed his body against her harder. He didn't want to let go, didn't want her to be taken from him, ever. Dora couldn't breathe. Every muscle in her body screamed for more, but her lungs desperately needed air. She muffled. Diego pulled away from her, smirking. D? Dora blushed. D as in Diego, I was calling your name. Dora found that her lips, as well as Diego's, were swollen and flushed. Diego hazily smiled. Say it. Say my name again. Dora gulped, knowing where he was going with this. Diego, she muttered. Louder, he smiled. Diego, she said again with more clarity. Dora noticed a slight squeeze on her left breast. It was Diego's hand. Dora began to squirm at this touch. Uh, uh, why was she doing this? She was his cousin, for God's sake. Louder, he repeated. She hesitated. Hey, Diego! Hmm. I don't think. Think what? He spat. I don't think we should be doing this. Diego's eyes darkened. It was going to happen? He was going to lose her? All because he'd gone too far. He slid his hand off her breast and clenched his fist beside him. Dora noticed the flash of panic in his eyes. Guilt began to embed himself into the core of her stomach. Diego looked back at her. misery flickering in his eyes. I thought you said you wanted this. Dora gulped before stuttering. I do, but I'm just not ready. It's all going too fast for me. She looked back at him. I hope you understand. Diego threw lidded eyes, stole one last kiss from Dora before saying, I understand. A hot trail of saliva hung from both their lips. Dora leaned against her cousin yet again. I'm glad you understand me, Primo. You'll always be my Primo, my prime girl, he whispered as he prepared the chloroform in his pocket. He chuckled. Tonight would be a wild ride. The end. That's chapter 1. Hope you enjoyed. It's inspired by Jack's Film's Y Book episode. Yeah, this whole thing was written because like 2 sentences. Yeah, nice.